The following is a presentation of RMG Sports, award-winning championship television.
Coming up, the undefeated Marauders of Bishop Guilfoyle Catholic High School storm into Somerset to take on the undefeated Somerset Golden Eagles. RMG's game tape starts now. Tonight, a champion will be crowned, and we welcome you to a sold-out Golden Eagle Stadium in Somerset. We're alongside of Mike Satoski. I'm Jared Romsberg. Fans, welcome to Week 11 and the Laurel Highlands Athletic Conference Championship here on RMG's Game Tape, where this segment, as always, is brought to you by our friends at Somerset Trust Company. Somerset Trust Company is celebrating 125 years of serving our community. Learn more at somersettrust.com. Kickoff is set for 7 o'clock, and both sides have seen fans in the stands since they opened the gates at 4 o'clock, sitting in this perpetual drizzle that we've had all day here in Somerset, ready for one of the biggest games the conference has seen in quite some time. Number 1 ranked Somerset, they've been sitting at the top spot all season long. Right next to them, Bishop Guilfoyle, also undefeated. But tonight we'll see which team will get their first loss. Somerset won the toss, they deferred to the second half. Wes Reed, a sophomore, has it teed up, and it's off his toe. We're playing championship football in Somerset, taking it about the 25 by Evan Chadbourne. He's met almost immediately by Brad Gibson, who puts him down at the 27, and that's where BG will start. 15, Brandon Chadbourne, a 6'1" senior, starts at quarterback for the undefeated Marauders of Bishop Guilfoyle. Takes the snap, fakes the give, scrambles near side, gets it out to Matt Gormley. Gormley across the 35 and taken out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. 9-yard pickup by the senior Gormley. Second down and 1. There goes McCloskey in motion. Chadbourne gives the ball to McCloskey. McCloskey gets caught in the backfield and taken down for what looks to be a loss. First contact by Michael Van Lenten. Chadbourne stands in the pistol, 3rd down and 3. Gives it to the deep back, who is Sam McCloskey. McCloskey puts it on the ground. The ball's picked up by Dylan Barnes. Dylan Barnes at 25-20. The whistle blows, though. They blew the whistle. They're going to spot the ball back at the 37. They're saying Dylan Barnes was down. Mike, let's take a look.
Great angle of Mostaller getting a big paw in. There's the loose ball. There's the recovery. But there, Dylan Barnes, boy, he did a great job trying to sell it here, Jared. But the referee's Johnny on the spot. It's going to be Somerset ball. 1st and 10 on the 37 for the Golden Eagles of Somerset. Junior Dylan Barnes, number 1, stands in the shotgun, starts at quarterback. Takes the snap, has it tucked, rumbles straight up the middle, and Barnes is going to grab 5 yards. 2nd down and 5. Barnes stands in a shotgun, moves Jake Heupel to his right. He has 2 high, 1 low. Barnes takes the snap, gives it to Heupel. Heupel puts his shoulder down, surges right in the middle, and the Marauders were there to put him down. They're only going to let him have 2 yards on that run. The early penalty against Somerset moves him back 5 yards and takes him away from a short 3rd down play. Now it's 3rd and 8. Barnes fakes the option, rumbles straight up the middle, and they're going to stop him short of the 1st down. Brandon Chadbourne was there on the stop. 4th down and 3 on the Guilfoyle 30. They have to get to the 27. Somerset's going for it. Barnes has it tucked, follows his blocks around the far side, and he's going to be awfully close, but he's going to be about a yard short as a flag comes in for an unsportsmanlike conduct. Either way, the ball goes back to the Marauders. 2nd down and 8 from the 47 for BG. Chadbourne stands in the shotgun, hands the ball off to McCloskey. McCloskey caught in the backfield by Colton Slayback. Colton Slayback puts him down, loss of 1. 3rd down and 9 to Marauders, spread things out. Here comes Barnes on a blitz. They're running him in, but they set up the screen to McCloskey. McCloskey tries to get downfield, but he's wrapped up and brought down by Colton Slayback. Once again, the senior defensive lineman comes up big, holds him for a gain of 3. Somerset takes over 1st and 10 on their own 17, spread offense. Barnes flips it to Heupel. Heupel looks to the outside, doesn't like it, moves back to the inside, but runs right into DJ Kitt. But the junior Heupel still manages to grab 8 yards on that run. 1st and 10 for Somerset on their own 30. Barnes takes the snap, scrambles near side, throws, and he gets it to Mostaller, but Mostaller's hit immediately by Sam McCloskey, and they're going to hold Mostaller to a 1-yard gain.
Fans, this segment is brought to you by Scott Seckler of the Seckler Insurance Agency on Main Street in Somerset. The Seckler Agency has served the Somerset County region for over 40 years and strives to provide the best insurance experience. Call Scott today. Nationwide is on your side. Second down and 9 for Somerset. Barnes gives the ball to Hypo. Hypo again tries to move up the middle, but he's hit by Matt Gormley and Aaron Yasolitis. He's only going to grab 4 yards on that run. Third down and 5 as both defenses are clearly doing their job thus far. Barnes from the shotgun, deep drop. Points it downfield, and it's tipped again, and almost brought in by Sam McCloskey, intended for Bryce Mossstaller. That's going to bring up 4th down. First and 10 on the 20 for the Marauders. McCloskey goes into motion. Chadbourne takes the snap, rumble straight up the middle. Dylan Barnes trips him up, and he gets 5 yards, does the senior Chadbourne. Second down and 5. Chadbourne stands in the shotgun. Hands ball off. No, the ball's on the ground. Bad exchange. Ball's on the ground. And someone wearing a black jersey has it. That's number 4, Logan Eller. The senior linebacker grabs the loose ball, and it goes back to the Golden Eagles, Mike.
These rainy conditions rearing their ugly head. I got to tell you, Chadbourne did a great job selling the play action. He just lost the ball. And another big turnover, another big recovery for the Golden Eagle defense. Logan Eller this time.
First and 10 on the 21. Raven Beeman set into motion by Barnes. Barnes takes the snap, flips it out to Beeman. Beeman looking on the far side. He's inside the 20, pushes it inside the 15, and that's where he's taken down for a 7-yard pickup. Credit Aaron Yasolitis with first contact. First and goal from just inside the 10-yard line. Beeman gets sent into motion. He gets handed the ball. Beeman runs right into 68. Andrew Berger, who wraps him up, and then with some help of some friends, puts him down. Loss of 2. Fans, welcome to the second quarter. Scoreless ball game thus far. Barnes deep drops. Third down and goal. Looking end zone, firing towards the end zone. Look for Mossstaller, but he overthrows him. Coverage by Aaron Yasolitis. Sophomore Wes Reed steps in to attempt a 27-yard field goal here on a rainy night in Somerset. High snap brought down, and Reed's kick is through. Somerset takes an early lead, 3-0. The Marauders spread things out. Brandon Chadbourne stands in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Looking far side, throws it downfield. Gets it to Gormley, who bobbles it but holds on to it and is brought down by George Coyle. Pickup of 9. Second and 1 from the 44. Here comes McCloskey in motion. Chadbourne gives it to McCloskey. Little razzle-dazzle. McCloskey thrown to a wide-open Gormley. Oh! Through the hands of Matt Gormley. That was a sure 6 points. If he would have brought that one in, nobody was back there. First and 10 on their own 48. Chadbourne takes the snap from the shotgun, fires near side. He gets it to Gormley. Gormley throws a move at the 45 and is wrapped up and taken down by Jake Kuiper. They're going to mark that at the 44-yard line. 8-yard pickup. Chadbourne stands in the pistol. Second down and 2. Gormley goes into motion. That gives to Sam McCloskey. McCloskey finds a seam and slides ahead, taken down by Coyle and Barnes. McCloskey needed 2. He got 6. First down, Marauders. First and 10 on the 38. DJ Kidd is the only running back behind Chadbourne, and Kidd gets it, hits the line, finds some room on the far side. DJ Kidd to the 35, hooks it at the 35 and taken out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. Mark him down at the 30. Kidd gets 7. Similar formation, second down and 3. Chadbourne, quick pitch out to McCloskey. McCloskey tries to find some room, but he's knifed down by Jake Heupel. Comes flying in, hits him at the ankles, takes him down for a loss of 1. Fans, this segment of Bishop Guilfoyle Marauder Football is brought to you by Wolf Furniture. With 12 locations in Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Virginia, Wolf Furniture is the store people have trusted for over a century. Learn more at wolffurniture.com. Chadbourne sends McCloskey into motion. He stands in the shotgun. Takes the give to Yasolitis, and here goes Chadbourne on the far side. Chadbourne hooks a corner at about the 30, taken down at about the 25-yard line. Mark him at the 24. 8-yard gain taken down by Barnes. Second down and 8 for the Marauders. 7:22 to play here in the first half. Bishop Guilfoyle putting together a pretty impressive drive thus far. Chadbourne stands in the shotgun, play action, scrambles far side. Chadbourne cocks, throws, fires downfield, and a nice catch by 28. That's Evan Chadbourne. The Chadbourne family nets 8 yards and another BG first down. BG head coach Justin Wheeler not liking that holding call, moving his team back. Second down and 15 from the 19-yard line. Chadbourne in the shotgun, takes the snap, back to pass, fires across, gets it out to Gormley. Gormley inside the 10, inside the 5, and Matt Gormley finally taken down by Logan Eller and George Coyle. That's a 14-yard pickup and put the ball on the 5-yard line. First and goal for the Marauders. The ball rests on the 2-yard line now. Tight formation, far hash mark. Kit goes into motion. Chadbourne takes a low snap, gets it to McCloskey, who's knifed down immediately by Jake Heupel, who came flying in, took the running back down, loss of 3. Second down and goal from the 5-yard line. Chadbourne in the pistol, takes another low snap, gets it up, throws it Rainbow for the corner, and it's brought in. He hold on to it. Yes, he did. Touchdown! Bishop Guilfoyle. Touchdown, Matt Gormley. 5-yard Rainbow from Brandon Chadbourne, and the Marauders are on the board, Mike.
You wondered how long the Somerset D was going to hold off this high-powered Guilfoyle offense. That is a great pass, just off the fingertips of Jake Heupel. Gormley brings it in, and the number 2 ranked Bishop Guilfoyle Marauders take the lead.
Sophomore Josh Tribus steps in to attempt the extra point. Fumbled snap, and Gormley tries to get up to Yasilitis. Yasilitis wrapped up an ankle tackle, brought down by Austin Heminger, and the score is going to stay 6-3. A low-scoring ball game as expected here against 2 conference juggernauts as Barnes takes the snap on first down, and he's wrapped up and taken down. Barnes is only going to get 2 yards. Third down and 9 from their own 36. Barnes takes the snap from the shotgun, scrambles far side, looking downfield, plenty of time. Now he's running out of time, and he flips it downfield, and it's caught out of bounds, but there's a flag on the play. They're going to call BG for holding. The penalty gives the Golden Eagles a first down on their own 46-yard line. Spreading things out are the Golden Eagles. This time the give is to Jake Heupel, who surges ahead for a 4-yard gain to midfield. Second down and 6, 3 high. Barnes takes it, holds onto it straight up the gut. Here comes Dylan Barnes, who's taken down at about the 41-yard line. He needed 6, he got 8. First down, Somerset. Second down and 7, 1 minute to play here in the first half. Barnes hands the ball off to Heupel, who's hit at the line by Owen Wolf and Nick Leamer. No gain on the play. Third down and 7. Barnes has 2 low, 2 high. Heupel in the backfield. Barnes, deep drop. Looking to set up the screen, and that one was tipped by Owen Wolf before it got to Bryce Mostaller. Either way, it's only a 1-yard gain, bringing up fourth down. Fourth down and 6, similar formation. Barnes scrambling far side, fires far side, and did he bring it in? They're going to wrestle with it, but the offensive player is going to have it. That's George Coyle. He's got enough for a first down with that reception. 16 seconds remain in the first half. Barnes from the shotgun. First and 10 on the 26. Barnes scrambling, looking for somebody downfield. Everybody's covered, tries to swing it out of bounds, and it's picked off. It doesn't make it out of bounds. Evan Chadbourne gets underneath of it, and there's a flag on the play, holding on Somerset. The ball goes back to the Marauders. This segment of football is brought to you by Bishop Guilfoyle Catholic High School, a safe, high-quality high school where students are encouraged to learn and grow as a whole person, mind, body, and spirit. Their belief of goodness, discipline, and knowledge are intertwined with fun, community, and accomplishment. Learn more at bishopguilfoyle.org. Brandon Chadbourne takes it in, lets the clock hit 0, and BG takes a 3-point lead to the locker room. The rain continues to fall here in Somerset as the Golden Eagles are back to receive. Josh Tribus for the Marauders has it teed up. It's off his tone. It's a high, short kick, a 9-iron shot taken by Michael Van Lenten, and he rumbles ahead to about the 44, and that's where the Golden Eagles will start the second half. Dylan Barnes barks out the commands. He has 3 high, 1 low, hands the ball off to Jake Heupel. Heupel tries to follow the blocks on the far side, but he's wrapped up and finally pushed out of bounds by Sam McCloskey. Gain of 7 yards on that run. Second down and 3 as the Golden Eagles inch into Marauder territory. This time Barnes is going to handle matters on his own and back his way to about the 45-yard line. He needed 3, he got 5. First down. Second down and 8. Barnes looks things over, 3 high. Fakes the give to Heupel, and Barnes once again straight up the middle, runs right into a wall of Marauders. Similar formation, third down and 8. Barnes in the shotgun, back to pass this time, gets it out to Raven Beeman. Beeman follows his blocks on the far side, puts his shoulder down, and carries McCloskey for another 2 yards. That'll be a Somerset first down. First and 10 on the 34-yard line. Barnes fakes the give, tucks it straight up the middle. Here comes Dylan Barnes, straight up the gut again. Finally taken down by Sam Keating, but that's an 11-yard pickup by Barnes and a first down. First and 10 on the 23. Barnes gives it to Heupel. Heupel stutter steps in the backfield, then tries to surge ahead, but he's taken down by Wolf and Lemur, gain of nothing. Third down for the Golden Eagles, 7 yards to go, 3 low for Barnes. Barnes once again tucks it, goes straight up the gut, but he was tripped up by Ian Luther, and he's only going to get 3 yards on that. 4th down and 4, they have to get to the 14-yard line. They're on the 17. Barnes play action, back to pass. Here comes some heat. Dylan Barnes tucks it. Here he comes. He's to the 10, near the 10. He stepped out of bounds at the 11-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark him down. First down for the Golden Eagles on a nice run by Barnes. 1st and 10 on the 11-yard line. Barnes stands in the shotgun. Once again, Barnes, they open a nice hole for him, and he's down inside the 5. Mark him down at the 5. 6-yard pickup. Penalty moves the ball back to around the 9-yard line. Barnes takes it again. Barnes has trouble this time. He's wrapped up and taken down in the backfield by Andrew Berger. The senior lineman puts him down for a loss of almost 5 yards on the sack. 3rd down and 13 from the 14-yard line. Somerset trying to salvage something out of this drive. Barnes in trouble, looking, firing for the end zone, and it's off the fingertips of George Coyle. I don't know if he could have pulled that down in bounds. 4th down coming up. Sophomore Wes Reed steps in to attempt a 30-yard field goal. Raven Beeman is your holder. High snap. Beeman has to go up for it. Oh, he runs into it with the kicker. Beeman trying to do something with it. Beeman cocks it, fires it for the end zone. He's got a man open. Oh, but he overthrows him. Oh, he overthrows Dakota Gary. Man, that would have been a spectacular play. It just wasn't meant to be. BG takes over 1st and 10 on their own 20. Chadbourne, another low snap, picks it up, tries to do something with it, and he's taken down by Colton Slayback and Logan Eller. No gain. Fans, this segment of football is brought to you by Dennis Hunt of PNC Financial Services on Main Street in Uptown Somerset. Contact Dennis today to discuss your investment and retirement goals, or visit pnc.com for more information. 2nd down and 10. Chadbourne once again has to go down for the snap, throws it downfield, and it's brought in by Lavati. Anthony Lavati brings it in, taken down by Barnes. 18 yards and a 1st down. Tight formation on the far hash mark on 1st down and 10. Here comes McCluskey in motion. Play action to McCluskey. Chadbourne rumbles straight up the middle. Tripped up by Slayback, but he's going to grab 4 yards on that rumble. The procedure penalty moves the ball back 5 yards. 2nd down and 11. Chadbourne has a double tight end set. Looking to throw. Chadbourne hit as he throws. Fires it downfield, and it's almost brought in by Sam McCluskey. Coverage by George Coyle, but McCluskey just couldn't get under it. 3rd down and 11. Chadbourne in the pistol. Play action. Scrambling far side, setting up the screen to McCluskey. McCluskey gets away from his tackler, turns on the Jets. Here he goes, 45, midfield, 45, 40, 35, to the 30, and across the 30 he goes, taken down by Dylan Barnes, but that's a 34-yard screenplay by McCluskey. 1st down, Marauders. The Marauders spread things out 1st and 10 on the 28-yard line. Chadbourne Cox fires, rainbow wide open is Gormley. Gormley brings it in. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! Bishop Guilfoyle. Touchdown. Matt Gormley off a 28-yard shot from Brandon Chadbourne. 6 more for the Marauders, Mike.
Great protection. Chadbourne takes full advantage of a tremendous amount of time to pass, lays it up. Somehow Gormley gets 3 steps beyond Jake Heupel in coverage. I'll tell you what, that certainly was a lot easier than the first one, but Gormley again into the end zone for the Marauders here, Jared.
BG's going to go for 2. McCluskey stands in a quarterback, gets it back to Chadbourne, razzle-dazzle, Chadbourne in the end zone, and there's Gormley again, his favorite target of the night. Matt Gormley hauls it in, tack on 2 more, and BG's up 14-3 over number 1 Somerset. Fans on the home side of the field kind of scratching their heads right now. The home team down by 11, but they get the ball back. Let's see what they can do. Well, the ball takes a weird bounce, and Heupel can't get it. Here comes Jake Heupel. He's all in all kinds of trouble inside his own 5, and he's finally taken down at the 8-yard line. Somerset is in a very deep hole right now. Dylan Barnes goes to work 1st and 10 on his own 9-yard line. Hands the ball off to Heupel. Jake Heupel. Once again, the Marauder defense right there. And they're only going to let Heupel get about 2 yards as he's gang tackled at the 11. Similar formation on 2nd down and 8. Barnes back to pass, has it cocked, telegraphs his pass. He's looking towards Mostaller. Mostaller has it knocked away by 14. Sam Keating, great defensive play, brings up third down for the Golden Eagles. Third down and 8 on their own 11-yard line. Barnes back to pass, looking downfield. Now he has it tucked. Here he comes, and he rumbles forward, gets to about the 20-yard line. That's good enough for a first down. I've said it a million times, holding penalties are just deadly in high school football. First down and 16 now. Barnes gets it to Heupel on the screen. Heupel throws a move, and he's taken down at the 10-yard line by Sam McCloskey. Great effort on both sides tonight. Levi DeBlaze goes into motion. Second down and 20. Barnes back to pass. Looking downfield. There's a flag on a play. Holding call's coming. It doesn't matter because the ball's picked off. Picked off by 23. Aaron Yassalitis pulls it in, and BG is in perfect position for another score, Mike.
Jared, how many times have you said holding penalties, giving first and second and longs, puts offenses in desperation? There's Dylan Barnes getting flushed out of the pocket, trying to make something happen. Yassalitis with a great interception.
Fans, this segment of football is brought to you by Allegheny College of Maryland. Allegheny College of Maryland spring semester course registration opens November 10th. Visit allegheny.edu to learn how you can enroll in spring courses. Start small, start smart, start here. Allegheny College of Maryland. Yassalitis gets the carry. Yassalitis on the far side, but he's held on to by Heminger, but then he gets through. He breaks free, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown! Bishop Guilfoyle. Touchdown, Aaron Yassalitis, 19-yard run. BG gets 6 more on the board, Mike.
The Guilfoyle sideline, Jared, is electric thanks to Aaron Yassalitis. These last 2 plays. Look at that breaking tackle of Austin Heminger. Now, what a move right there. Here's Dylan Barnes with one final shot. Aaron Yassalitis has taken this game over for BG, Jared, and given the Marauders a 20-3 lead.
Fans on the home side of Golden Eagle Stadium have fallen silent. A stunned silence as Bishop Guilfoyle up now 21-3 with still a quarter of football to play as Barnes scrambles to the far side. Barnes looks to flip downfield, and he does, and he gets it to Bryce Mostaller, who's pushed out of bounds by Chadbourne. 9-yard pickup on the play. Second down and a short one from the 45-yard line. Barnes hands the ball off to Heupel. Heupel caught in the backfield. It gets away from Berger's tackle, but then he's gang tackled by the rest of the Marauders as they put him down for a loss of a yard on the play. The ball rests on the 44-yard line as we continue play in the fourth quarter. Fourth down and 2. Golden Eagles trying to make something happen. Barnes' pass was hit at the line, and it's going to fall incomplete. Matt Gormley got his mitt up there. BG takes over first and 10 on the Somerset 43. Low snap again to Chadbourne. Chadbourne just slings it away, and we might see a flag come in here late for intentional grounding. Second down and 22 after the penalty. Tight formation on the far hash mark. Chadbourne again with that low snap. This time it might be costly as the ball's on the ground. They're fighting for it underneath there. It's going to stay BG's ball. Third down and 28. The Marauders spread things out. Chadbourne gets it, tries to run straight up the middle. He's caught in the backfield. Logan Eller, the senior linebacker, stops Chadbourne in his tracks. No gain. Fourth down and 28. Evan Chadbourne into pass. Well, it's a fake. Chadbourne slings it down to a wide open Keating. Keating, oh, he's stuck immediately. Jake Heupel comes up and says that's enough of that. The ball goes back to Somerset, first and 10 on the BG 49. 9:32 to play in the game. Barnes tries to find something up the middle. Barnes in a lot of trouble, and he's finally taken down. Aaron Yassalitis puts Barnes down in the backfield. 11-yard loss. Second down and 21. Barnes from the shotgun again. Scrambling far side. Here comes some heat. Steps up. In a lot of trouble is Barnes, and Owen Wolf wraps him up, and then his buddies come in and take him down. Barnes is going to be put down for a 1-yard loss. Third down and half a country mile for the Golden Eagles. 8:10 to play in the game. Barnes, deep drop, plants, fires, long ball downfield into double coverage, triple coverage. The ball bounces around and a flag comes in. This is typically where you're going to see a pass interference call, and I'll bet that's what it is. Let's wait for the call. Pass interference on Somerset. The Golden Eagles don't get the break. Fans, this segment of football is brought to you by the Tribune Democrat. For great high school sports coverage from Cambria, Somerset, and Blair counties, read the Tribune Democrat. Picks, stats, and so much more. Don't forget about their special Saturday High School Football edition. To subscribe, call 532-5000 or visit tribdem.com. Somerset's not punting, they're throwing. Barnes throws a long ball downfield looking for Beeman, and it's broken up by DJ Kitt. And Sam McCloskey, Beeman visibly upset. He was looking for some yellow hankies to fly on that play. Nothing doing, the ball goes back to BG. Somerset adds insult to injury, hopping offsides. 1st down and 5 now. Chadbourne from under center, rumble straight up the middle, snowplows his way forward. He's only going to get 2 yards there, a hard-earned 2 yards, tackled by Bryce Mostaller and Colton Slayback. Chadbourne climbs under center, broken eye to his left, 2nd down and 3, 7 minutes to play in the game. The handoff goes to McCloskey. Sam McCloskey, he's untouched, he's at the 15, he's at the 10, hooks it at the 5, into the end zone he goes! Touchdown! Bishop Guilfoyle, touchdown, Sam McCloskey, 30-yard run, and that could be the final nail in Somerset's coffin, Mike.
What a great angle we have, Jared, of the massive hole Mr. McCloskey found himself running through. And now the speed. And now the power to the corner of the end zone. He's going to outrun Jake Heupel. There's another BG touchdown. And Jared, as you mentioned, with 7 minutes left to go here in the ball game, that may be the final nail.
Dylan Barnes brings the Golden Eagle offense to the line, down by 24, 6:49 to play. Desperation time here at Golden Eagle Stadium. The give is to Raven Beeman. Beeman, who came in motion. Raven Beeman with a head of steam to about the 40-yard line. Gain of 8. Tackled by Hag and Wolf. 2nd and a short 2. Barnes has 2 high, 1 low. Heupel in the backfield with them. The give is to Jake Heupel. Heupel turns on the Jets and moves forward across the 45 to about the 47. Mark him at the 49. That's a 9-yard pickup and a Golden Eagle 1st down. Under 6 minutes to play. Beeman in motion. Barnes fakes the give to Beeman. Here comes Barnes. Dylan Barnes straight up the middle to the other 40-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup and a 1st down. Bishop Guilfoyle has grounded the Somerset air attack thus far. They've kept it on the ground. They're doing it again here. Here comes Jake Heupel. Heupel inside the 35 where he's caught at about the 34 and held up. Somerset continues with the spread offense. Barnes takes it. He's going to run with it again. Looks for a hole up the middle. Jukes and jives and dives ahead. They're going to give him about 3 yards on that first contact by Sean Donahue. 3rd down and 2. Here comes Beeman in motion. The give is to Beeman. Raven Beeman looks for a hole on the far side, runs right into. Tried to run through Sam Keating, but Keating held his ground. He's still going to get the 1st down. 1st and 10 on the 29. Barnes has trips high. They keep it on the ground, flip it to Heupel. Heupel tries to find a crack, looking for some daylight, runs right into Sam Keating. Sam Keating then with a little bit of a face rake there at the end. There comes the flag. They're going to tack on some bonus yardage for a personal foul penalty against BG. 2nd down and 6 from the 10. Barnes has 1 low, 2 high. Heminger in the backfield gives the ball to Austin Heminger. Heminger tries to find a hole, and he'll find nothing, but Owen Wolf, who plants him in the backfield for a loss of 2, bringing up 3rd down. The penalty makes it 3rd down and 13. Somerset's red zone offense having trouble all night long. Barnes with the snap straight up the middle goes Dylan Barnes. Barnes to inside the 10. They'll mark him at the 10. That's a 7-yard pickup. He's 5 yards short of the 1st down marker. Somerset's trying to punch it in. 4th down and 5. Barnes looking to throw. Barnes scrambling near side, plants, reverses direction. They're in hot pursuit. Nice block. Barnes just, wet football. Slides off his hands. That was 4th down. The ball goes back to the Marauders. 1st and 10. Bishop Guilfoyle just looking to run out this clock. 1:20 to play. Chadbourne hands the ball off to McCloskey. McCloskey runs into a wall of humanity, and they're going to credit him with a 1-yard gain. 3rd down and 5 from the 15. Chadbourne under center again. Under 40 seconds to play. Chadbourne holds on to it. I think that was a broken play. Either way, Logan Eller was there to put Chadbourne down. The short punt lets Somerset set up one more time. 1st and 10 on the BG 36. Barnes directs traffic. Gets everyone set. Takes the snap. Hands the ball off to Heupel. Heupel straight up the middle. And Heupel's taken down at about the 24-yard line. 12-yard pickup. This should be the last play of the game. Dylan Barnes hands the ball off to Jake Heupel. Heupel skips up, and he's taken down by Yasalitis, and that's going to be the last play of the game as Bishop Guilfoyle comes into Somerset defeats the Golden Eagles and earns the title of Laurel Highlands Athletic Conference champion for 2014. Fans are reminded to visit rmgsports.net to watch this game on demand, get DVDs, and so much more. Next week, it's the PIAA Intra-District Playoffs featuring Punxsutawney and Somerset. Congratulations to the Bishop Guilfoyle Marauders, your 2014 Laurel Highlands Conference champions. For Mike Satoski and the entire crew, I'm Jared Romsberg. We'll see you next week right here in Somerset on RMG's Game Tape.